What's up everyone, Cheese here. Now for any of you guys that are new here and don't know who I am, I'm HAMCHEESE. I'm a console and PC champ. I've been playing this game since Bandit had 3 barbed wire. Yeah, 3 barbed wire. Now if you guys watched the first episode of Breaking the Clutch, you guys already kind of understand the premise of what this series is. But anyways, for those of you guys who missed the first episode, which, by the way, you should go check it out. This is a series where I break down a clutch situation, a stressful situation, just a clip that is from my channel, my own content. I'm going to give you guys my exact thought process throughout the entire clip and explain why I do the things that I do. People ask me for tips and tricks and questions and ask me why I play and make the decisions that I do all the time. So I thought, what better way to answer these questions other than literally just break down a clip and explain it step by step by step. So whether you are brand new to the game or a very seasoned veteran Siege player, champ, god, whatever, either way, you guys are going to pick up something from this video, I promise you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. Enjoy, take it easy, stay cheesy. Thanks for watching. We're down 0-3, it's match point. If we don't win this round, we are definitely losing some elo. So the pressure is on. It's time to lock in. It's a 2v4. I'm trying to make my way back to site to help my teammate, but as you guys see, there is somebody on white. He's pulling out a Legion Mine, so my timing here is perfect. I heard that Legion Mine hit him, and I knew that he would be pulling it out soon because I don't think he's expecting anybody to be coming from below anyways. So I pick up the free kill into the blitz, but there's more. There's definitely more footsteps up here, and I don't want to just run up into a gunfight. I also just called up that I think I have case, which later on we're going to find out is a bold-faced lie, but I had a feeling that I had it on the blitz, and you know what? Sometimes you just make a bad call. It happens. Now I'm trying to figure out if the audio is above or below me because it's kind of wonky. If you guys play Siege, you know that audio is not your best friend. It is probably your worst enemy, but you need it to be your best friend because you need to win rounds. Unfortunately, it just doesn't like to be. The Ash Vault's over. This is something I love to point out all the time playing ranked. People do dumb stuff to get kill hungry. It's a 1v3 right now. They know I'm Pulse Shotgun, which to some of you guys may seem a little trolly. But in all honesty, Pulse Shotgun is actually a really, really good operator to play, especially when you're going to try and deny plant from below, do hop outs, or do C4 tosses. And this is the perfect objective to do that on, because almost every single part of this objective where you can plant is C4able or shotgunable from below. You can play vertical on almost all of it. Pick up the free kill on the Ash. Monty's kind of just sitting there. I get the free melee on him. Shotgun makes easy work of it. So now it's a 1v1. There's a minute 26, 1v1 match point. I have 5 gifted subs playing in my ear, so I can't really hear anything. But the most important thing here is to just stay calm. All right, I clipped out that last part because I didn't want to get DMCA'd, copyright strike from YouTube. So we had to cut out the 5 gifted. But anyways, we're back. Here's the 1v1. I have the perfect intel on this guy because I'm Pulse and I'm playing below. And like I said before, almost all of this map is... not all of this map, sorry. Almost all of this site is playable from below. The vertical play is insane. Now, I know this guy's going to plant on top of the little bar, not cigar, but the little cocktail bar. He's on top of it, right? Just because I know he's not an idiot, right? And he knows I'm a Pulse Shotgun. But I still have my C4. Now, instead of rushing, right? I know the plant's going down. Instead of racing to run up white, which... you know, I may or may not have been able to get a line of sight on him before finishing the plant. Probably not. It would be very, very close because Pulse is a 3-speed. He is fast. But still, I think it's not worth running up, especially when I have the shotgun pistol combo. I really don't want to have to take a long-range gunfight if I don't have to. So the fact that I'm confident enough in taking my time to use my shotgun to make a hole to toss this C4 up. And this is what I was talking about earlier, is having the confidence to be patient and make the play you need to make. I'm not shaking. I'm not going to, you know, toss this C4 too soon. I'm not going to make the hole too tiny to toss the C4 up through. I'm just going to take my time and pick up the kill that I know is mine to get. So hole's made. He does end up actually getting the plant down, but the C4 lands right on top of his head. It's freebie. Freebie, freebie, freebie. Whoever just gifted a 5, thank you, Swifty. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, man. And then we run up, get the easy defuse. He did end up planting on top, as you guys can see. He planted on top of the bar, which is really good play from on his part. And a lot of people there would probably not clutch this round. So again, main thing I want you guys to take away from this is to stay calm. Stay calm. Too often I see people, especially in ranked, they get into like a 1vx situation where they're down, things aren't looking good, and they just start stressing out. They start making bad plays, they rush their C4 tosses, they sprint at the enemy. They just do dumb stuff, essentially. Just dumb plays. You gotta keep in mind, you know, although ranked is competitive, it can be very stressful, and that's one of the reasons I love Siege. It is just ranked. At the end of the day, the worst thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna lose some elo, right? It's not the end of the world. This isn't Pro League, this isn't Invite. You're not losing out on millions of dollars. The worst thing that happens is you lose a little elo. So focus on not losing elo and not your friends making fun of you. Focus on what you can do to win that round. So this next one is a castle clutch, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I make a terrible mistake in this round, and there's no excuse for it, really. There really is no excuse. I'll explain to you, you know, kind of what I was thinking in the instance and why I made the mistake. Makes me think of, and you guys can take that as you will. But I think it's important to not only show clutches in this series, but also show the mistakes and show, you know, kind of my mindset isn't always perfect. I make mistakes just like you guys do. Been playing this game since it came out, and I still make mistakes. I still mess up. I still potato here and there. I still make dumb plays. And it's important to kind of point those out along with the clutches as well. Oh. Right now I'm holding this pixel onto laundry. We just lost 2 players bunker side, which, considering we had man advantage before we lost those 2, that's pretty rough. And we lost both of them to literally 1 player. So I'm holding laundry. 1 called out barrels. Laundry. Hatch, barrels. Laundry, hatch, barrels. I'm just calling out where we know every person is. Now, as you guys saw, I'm holding that angle. I'm expecting, you know, him to walk in, him to jiggle peek, quick peek, slow peek, maybe a swing in a pre-fire. Something. The last thing I was expecting is for him to just sprint in. Now, I want you guys to listen carefully. I don't know if you guys heard that right there. Hatch, barrels. My teammate is reinforcing. Now, I didn't realize this in the game, but my teammate is reinforcing off elbow, and I'm 90% sure that sound cue is why the Ash just decided to sprint in, because she knows exactly where he is because he is, in fact, reinforcing that wall. She sprints in, runs past me. I whiff a couple shots. Like, I probably still could have picked up the kill had I just hit a headshot here, but I didn't. But she is low. He ran in. I hit at least 2 or 3 shots. Now I just called out. He ran in, or she ran in, and I wasn't expecting it. That's on me, Pimp. That's on me, Pimp. That's on me. That is the thing that I want to point out in this clip, is I owned my mistake, right? I didn't make an excuse for it, because even though that was a really dumb play, to just sprint past all the head holes, and that's kind of something that you'll more or less see on console. The reason they play overly aggressive on those angles is because they know the other person is using controller. Let's all be honest, our aim on controller is not as good as it is on mouse and keyboard. It just isn't. There may be some exceptions to that rule, but again, that's a very controller type play right there. Now I hear plant going down, and I'm holding this angle trying to just pick up a kill, wait for a 1v1. I'm hoping somebody kind of swings me, or I can catch somebody off guard a little bit. He's in the closet. I know that this Ash came across, killed him from the rotate, and she's either in the closet or she's on the rotate laundry. Now I hear this Dokkaebi swinging to my left, right? Now, instead of just sitting tight, tucked in that corner, I counter swing her swing. Here's me standing in the door. She's swinging across this door. Now, if I just sit tucked close in this corner, chances are I'm going to lose this gunfight against an SMG-12 versus an UMP, especially up close range like this. What is this? Like, this has got to be less than like 5 meters. I'm probably going to lose this gunfight. But hearing her footsteps close and feeling like expecting the swing. And maybe this is just something that kind of comes with playing the game a lot and knowing how people play certain situations. I can just feel that this guy is going to wide swing me and try and kill me sitting in that corner. Also, something that you can kind of pay attention to in your ranked games is learn how individual people play. So your enemy, I know you're not going to know each individual player. You're not going to know them like on a personal level or the birthday or anything like that. But you can kind of pay attention to how they play the round prior or that round against some of your teammates. And you can kind of predict based off that knowledge how they're going to play later in the round because of that. So like I know that this guy picked up 2 kills on bunker. He's kind of feeling himself, right? He's got confidence. He feels like he can swing this, win this gunfight, get the round over, and get a nice little 3K for his clip. But I counter swing it. My aim isn't fantastic. Like it could be head level there instead of chest, which would be, you know, preferable. But I kind of crouch, which to be honest, I don't really need to. Like the crouch is more of just like a jerk reaction to him swinging me. But the nice thing here is this counter swing 100% saved my life. Because if you guys see where he's looking right now, he's shooting over my left shoulder, right? Which is this corner where I was sitting. So had I stayed in this corner, he would have just pre-fired me, and this would have been the end of the round. Get the kill on him. I back off. I get a reload in. Now, I didn't really need to reload there. Like, it really wasn't necessary. But I felt like my aim isn't feeling the best right now. I'm going to be honest with you guys. In this moment, my aim is not feeling fantastic. And because of that, I'm getting a reload in, so I have more bullets. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Sometimes when I get on Xbox, I'm rusty because I play a lot of PC. I get on Xbox, I get on my controller. I haven't played in a little while. I switch back and forth between the 2 platforms. When I play one for a little bit and I go to the other, I'm rusty on the other one. It's hard to kind of stay fresh on both at the same time. It really is. So I get my COD reload in, if you guys want to call it that. And I wouldn't necessarily say that this is me lacking any confidence in these gunfights. It's me having the knowledge and knowing that, hey, I am not in my peak aiming ability, or I'm not at my peak aiming ability right now. So I'm going to make the proper adjustments in my gameplay. Something to point out here, I'm not just reloading in the open, right? I didn't just kill that guy and then stand in the doorway or stand next to this box and get a reload in. And I didn't sprint all the way down the hallway either. Because had I sprinted all the way down freezer, I could die to these head holes, right? Now, I don't know where the Ash is. I still don't know 100% where she is. She could be in laundry rotate. She could be in laundry. She could be in the closet, and she could still see down these head holes to kill me. So I picked the best spot, like the safest spot for me to get this reload out. So right now, behind me, the only way I can die is somebody swinging deep into the freezer door or somebody swinging deep up against this wall into these head holes. Those are the only 2 ways I can die. Being mindful of the angles around you and where you are exposed is something that I think comes with a lot of time of playing Siege. You learn your map knowledge and you kind of remember the location of where people are. And based off that, you know what angles you want to expose yourself to and what angles you don't want to expose yourself to. And you can kind of decide like, okay, what is the angle that if I have to expose myself, what is the best angle to expose myself to? And in this instance, the best angle to expose myself to is this head hole right here. Because not only does he have to sprint all the way across laundry to get to this, but then it's also kind of an awkward gunfight for him because he's up against the wall and shooting down towards this box. It's definitely winnable, and had the Ash been here, I probably would have died. But knowing that, something to point out here, as I'm ready for that swing, I'm aiming at the only place where I can currently die from. Now, if you guys can see the bullet spreads coming in, there is a guy who is actually ending up swinging deep into freezer door. He swings in, he's pre-firing behind the box, and I don't know where his pre-fire was going. It just definitely wasn't at me, and he misses. Now, like I showed in the first clip, this is ranked. People are going to do dumb stuff. They get kill hungry. They make terrible plays. The Dokkaebi should have never swung me, right? Never, ever should have swung me there. There's no reason to. I have to leave freezer in order to deny this plant. I have to sprint across an open hallway, which if she's in pillar, which is where she came from, she could easily hold that cross and that's the end of the round. Now, the second mistake this team made is the Maverick swing me. There's no reason. There's no reason for it. The Dokkaebi swung me died. You would think that that would be a learning moment where the Maverick's like, oh, okay, never mind. I'm going to get plant down, or I'm going to hold this cross, whatever the case may be, so that we can win this round. But that is the difference of people who actually want to win and people who are just playing to play. Now, I'm going to wide swing this. I pause this at like the perfect moment. I'm going to wide swing this. And I was aiming head level. And this is something I do a lot. And it's definitely gotten me killed quite a few times. Sometimes it works out in my favor, but a lot of times it doesn't. I crouch a lot of times when I make first contact. So say I'm swinging somebody, like you could see it on the Dokkaebi. When I swung that Dokkaebi, I crouched as I saw her. So like as I saw her, I crouched, expecting her to be shooting head level so I could crouch under the shots. But nowadays too, a lot of people aren't really aiming head level, especially not great players are kind of aiming chest and crouch level because they're just not very good and they don't aim head level. They're confident in body shots, which you shouldn't be. And so I have this bad tendency, you could even call it a habit, of crouching when I get into a gunfight, which oftentimes gets me killed. And on top of that, it throws off my own shots so that I don't get headshots. But I win the gunfight regardless because that Ashe was really low from our first encounter when she sprinted through laundry and killed my teammate. Something that I think is important here to point out is I found my 1v1s, right? I found my 1v1s and I got aggressive when I needed to. When it was the right moment to get aggressive. So like right here when I swing, instead of letting her swing me, that's me getting aggressive. Otherwise, up until that moment, I'm playing passive, right? I'm just holding an angle. I'm listening, holding an angle, trying to figure out where everybody is and decide what they're holding and see if I can't get a pick. And thankfully, she gives it to me. She gives me my pick. I need somebody to give me a pick there instead of just holding cross. Because if they just hold crosses, my chances of winning are almost zero. Get my reload in. Again, another person gives me an opportunity to get aggressive. His pre-fire isn't that bad. He's pre-firing the box. And I'm guessing like he's pre-firing moving into the angle. So as the deeper he moves into the angle, the deeper it's going to be coming towards me with these bullets. And I just get the peeker advantage on him. Siege is a game where peeker advantage makes a huge difference. And you can see that out of these two gunfights. So the Dokkaebi. Had I let her swing me, she would have the peeker advantage. But because I counter swung, the peeker advantage goes to me. She's aiming off to where she thought I was. And I can pick up that free kill. Now, the Maverick swinging into me, right now, he has peeker advantage, right? Had he, already been deep and been pre-firing me right here, like on the very corner of this box, he's got the peeker advantage, I'm dead. But I end up getting aggressive and peek him. His aim, I'm pretty sure he burnt this whole clip too. It was probably just a really bad pre-fire, to be honest. But I end up getting the peeker advantage on him and winning that gunfight. Now, right after that Maverick has swung me and I pick up that free kill, I have two decisions to make. I can either slow it down, play passive, wait for the Ashe to push me, or wait for the clock to tick down, or I can get aggressive. Now, the reason I get aggressive here is a couple. There's a couple reasons to it. One, I know this Ashe is low. I got a few shots into her. I'm feeling confident in the fact that I just need to land like one or two more, and that's going to be the end of the round. And two, I just got done killing the Maverick and the Dokkaebi. A lot just happened very, very quickly. The situation just changed from the attacker's advantage to the defender advantage like that in a blink of an eye. That gives me a little bit of a surprise factor. This Ashe is going to more than likely be out of position. She's not going to be expecting a swing because it was just a 1v3 situation. Most of the time, people don't expect you to play aggressive in situations that are heavily in the favor of you losing. So it is important to play passive and play your angles and pick up free kills when you can, because like you guys just saw in this clip and the last one, people are going to overswing and do dumb stuff, and you should always try and take advantage of that when you can. But when people make those holes in the attack or holes in the defense because they've overswung, you can then use that moment to get aggressive. And when you see a moment like that, don't be afraid to take it. I know this Ashe is low because I shot her earlier when she sprinted in and killed my teammate. Which again, I'm sorry, Impala. So I take this advantage to get aggressive. I don't know exactly where she's going to be. I know that the last time I saw her, she was sprinting, you know, to the rotate. She could be in closet. So I'm just swinging left to right, aiming kind of head level. I do overswing a little bit, but I react to it and I get my couple shot. I think this guy, she actually dies on the first shot that hits her. So she was literally one shot. And because, again, I'm peeking into her, I have that peeker advantage. I have the advantage of reaction time. And her, with her being low and her being in a really bad position like this, you know, she's not holding a very tight angle. She's standing in the middle of objective. This sucks. And the funny part is she's actually the one who has case. So had the Maverick and the Dokkaebi just stayed in pillars and held the cross, they would have 99% of the time won this round. Unless I hit some crazy good shots on them, they're going to win this round. Ah! And that's it. Why did he swing me? And even in the clip, dude, I'm saying, why did he swing me? Why did the Dokkaebi through that round, the Maverick through that round? The Ashe was really the only person who made a decent play. That's such a fucking rank 2.0 rank 2.0 champ play, exactly. Over aggressive crap. That right there is bad Siege. If you have teammates who play like that, call them out on it. If your ranked squad is losing games and it's because of things like that, that means that you guys really don't want to win. I say this all the time on stream whenever we are throwing bodies and losing man advantage and just going for clips and not playing smart Siege. I say, like, we don't really want to win. We just don't want to win this game. And it's because it's true. At the end of the day, there's playing for fun, there's playing to compete. And you can have fun and compete at the same time. But when situations like that, when it's like a 1v3, you guys just need to lock it in, lock it down and get the round win. That's where you need to start making smart plays and stop just trolling and throwing needle. But then again, if it doesn't matter to you, like if you don't care if you win or lose, if you're more just going for good KD, and you're happy with throwing 1v3s, that's okay then. That's fine. This isn't really, you know, a big deal for you. The main things I want you guys to take away from this clip are, number one, admit your mistakes. When you mess up, and you're going to mess up, everybody makes mistakes, even pro league players, even, you know, huge content creators who are way bigger than me, everybody makes mistakes. Admit when you're wrong. Don't blame it on ping. Don't blame it on the wind blowing out of a southeasterly direction at noon on a Sunday. Own your shit. And that goes for everything, not just Siege. It goes for everything in life. When you make a mistake, own it. Don't have an ego. Don't get hurt. Don't be a little baby about it. If you mess up, just say like, hey, I messed up. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. And learn from it. Learn from that mistake and do better. Because right there, I could have given up, right? I could have just given up and be like, damn, I just let my teammate die. I just made it a 1v3. We've lost. That's it. I could just throw my body and that would be the end of the round. But instead, I lock the fuck in. I get my 1v1 on the Dokkaebi. I get my 1v1 on the Maverick because they're doing dumb stuff, making bad plays. And I get my 1v1 on the Ashe. And we win the round because of it. So I can go from being the person who threw the round to the person who clutches the round in a matter of seconds. And that's one of the reasons that I love this game, is because with the time to kill being so fast, the clutch potential for any given round in any given moment of any given situation is incredibly high, where a lot of games don't have that. Second thing I want you guys to take away from that is knowing when to get aggressive. Yes, you know, it's good to play passive, hold angles, and get those free kills when they're just going to swing into you and give them to you. Take advantage of those, yes, but also know when you need to get aggressive in return. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying this new series. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, anything at all, any topics that you'd like me to hit on even, leave it as a comment below. I will 100% respond to you. I'm having a lot of fun making these type of videos. I hope they're helpful. Hope you guys learn something from them, and even if you don't, hope they're just entertaining to watch. All right, anyways, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day, night, whatever. Take it easy. Stay cheesy.